Hello everybody, at 0626 bringing you some Star Wars Battlefront 2. Today I'm playing Starfighter Assault on the map Dakar. To be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of this map. I feel like the objectives are a little bit too simple. I also feel like the map is a bit cluttered. But and let's be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the Resistance versus First Order maps anyway, aka the new trilogy. I'm not a huge fan of these maps anyway. So I guess it really doesn't matter. I mean, it's okay. I mean, I just smacked people in this game. Like, I had like a 34 elimination streak, or not a streak, but I had a 34 elimination final total. So I smacked this team. I was one of the people that smacked this team. I really wasn't even paying attention to the objective most of the time. I was just paying attention to killing the guys who were going after the objective. But I guess I was PTFOing after all. But anyway, that's besides the point. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is why DICE should include Clone Wars content as their next DLC season. If you guys know, this was during the last Jedi season, and that has passed already. We got the crate map, which is okay, and we got the Dakar map, which is it's okay too. But I think a lot of people, when they first got this game, as I killed myself there because of some bullshit, I think what a lot of people thought when they got this game was, oh wow, we're all gonna get a bunch of Clone Wars content. Well, that hasn't happened yet. Obviously with the new movie coming out, they had to, make new stuff for that, and that's understandable. I'm not a complete idiot to the fact that that's a marketing thing, but I also feel like at some point they really should start including a lot of Clone Wars content, because that, I think, is what's going to save this game. They already have the whole loot box issue. A lot of people are turned off by this game already because of the fact of the whole loot boxes and microtransactions. I was just reading some comments today from the Facebook page of EA Star Wars, and they were all pissed off. And I can't really blame them, but at the same time, I mean, I myself was upset, but I still play this game, and I haven't paid a single cent for it, or don't feel like I need to pay a single cent for it. What they do with the microtransaction system is yet to be seen, of course. But I do want to mention that maybe what brings people back is the whole Clone Wars content, because as we all know, despite the prequels being crappy in some people's eyes, the Clone Wars is probably one of the most memorable things about the prequels trilogy, as well as the TV show Star Wars: The Clone Wars, which is by far one of the best cartoons to come out of the last 10 years, especially since cartoons aren't all that great anymore. But I really do think that Clone Wars needs to come out. DICE has been awfully quiet regarding what the next DLC season will be and what's coming up regarding it, so I don't like that. I feel like we need to know stuff the sooner the better, because in all honesty, the more content this game gets, probably the better off this game will be in the long run. I understand that DICE are people, and they're humans, and they have families and stuff, and there's probably a lot other things that they have to do in their lives besides develop video games. But honestly, I do think if the Clone Wars season does happen, it needs to be like Battlefield 1's In the Name of the Tsar, where a whole lot of content just gets released at once. Because keep in mind, and I'm comparing it to this for a reason, there's a lot of things you could add in the Clone Wars. Felucia, Utapau, Geonosis, God, so many more. Battle of Coruscant, Space Battle, aka the Space Battle you see in Revenge of the Sith. Probably add a space battle over Cato Nemoidia. There's a lot of things they can add to this, and a lot of maps, skins, that type of shit. Even weapons, possibly, if they decide to do that. I really do think that'll be a great map pack or DLC season, whatever the hell they call it. And the reason why I compare this to In the Name of the Tsar for Battlefield 1 is because, like I said, they had a lot of content dropped in one day with the new guns. Well, at that point, the new guns, 6 new maps upon release. There was not a whole, oh, we're going to release a free map in 2 months' time, like they're doing with Turning Tides, which is another story for a different time. But the point I'm trying to make is I think DICE needs to add a lot of maps. I really do think that there's a lot of maps that need to be added to this. And I think the more maps they add, the better off the game will be. Or at least map-wise, the better off the game will be. I mean, people could disagree. Some people think this game is unredeemable because of the whole microtransactions thing. And like I said, I understand where people are coming from with that. I mean, I myself hate it. I hate it in Call of Duty. I can't say I dislike it in Battlefield, because the Battlefield, it doesn't really affect anything. But I do hate how it is. By the way, pro tip, if you want to get some easy kills, get them in this little force field thing. When that little force field thing drops, it's slow as hell to fly in. You'll make yourself a target, but the problem is anyone who dares try and risk it while it's happening makes themselves the target. So, pro tip, if you want to get some easy kills, get in that little gravity force field bubble. But, yeah. So what do you guys think? You know, I've seen a lot of people give their thoughts about this. I've seen guys like Massive G, he's given a lot of thoughts about this. Star Wars HQ. You know, they're, like I said, DICE hasn't really mentioned anything about the new season. Oh, not to mention Heroes. I forgot to mention Heroes. They can add Grievous, Anakin, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka possibly, unless they want to do a Star Wars Rebels season. Man, there's a lot of things they could add. They can add a lot of new things with this. It's really insane. Dooku, you know, it's nuts. And if anything, if I have to pick, I'd have to say if we were to have if we were to only get 2 maps for either Starfighter Assault and Galactic Assault, give us Geonosis and or Utapau. Either or would be fine with me. And the Battle of Coruscant. There needs to be a Battle of Coruscant Starfighter Assault map. It wouldn't make sense without it, to be honest. Anyway, guys, that's the gameplay. We ended up winning, like I said. This is a relatively short gameplay. These usually go for about 15 minutes, but I was able to smack the team so bad that I just took away all their reinforcements. So, anyway, what do you guys think? Clone Wars season, how much maps do you think need to be added? I'd like to know. So if you play this game, hit me up in the comments section or hit me up on Twitter. I always leave my link down in the description below. If you like the video, leave a like on it, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day.